Hi everybody, how's it going? It's Captain323 here. Well, I was on my way home from a walk yesterday, and I found this lawnmower being thrown out. It's an 80s vintage Craftsman 4.020, so 4 horsepower, 20-inch cut, with the Tecumseh Eager-1 motor on it. And the first thing I saw when I saw it, first thing I noticed, was it has a brand new air filter and a brand new spark plug on it, and I thought, man, that's pretty nice. The second thing I noticed was it was missing a carburetor bolt, and the carburetor was flopping around like crazy. I've since tightened that bolt up. And another thing I noticed was the handles were very loose on here. And so I immediately thought, oh, vibration, it probably has a bent crankshaft. Well, I wasn't far off. The crankshaft doesn't actually seem to be bent, but this blade sure is. The blade was upside down, and there's no damage to the cutting edge, which makes me think that they've never had it on the right way round. But the most startling thing is the huge crack in it right there. It's so big it flexes when you move the blade. As you can also see by the way the adapter is positioned on the shaft, you can see the outline. It was not straight on the shaft. As a matter of fact, it was moved over a good inch, effectively making a ridiculous off-center counterweight on the bottom of the lawnmower. And that's the problem with this lawnmower. It's basically shaken itself to bits. It's shaken so much the frame has cracked. As you can see, the cutting deck has cracked here, and it's cracked all under this paint here, and it's cracked on the other side as well, underneath the carburetor. You can't really see, but there's just cracks all over the place, and that's the problem with it. The engine runs fine, albeit a little bit sputtery. I'm guessing they have a bad flywheel key in here, so it's spluttering a bit, but the sticker doesn't lie. It starts up in one pull, and has a lot of new parts. The oil is perfectly clean in this thing, like really, really nice. Obviously had a full service, but the deck is totally broken. So I'll be taking this engine off and putting it on another deck, but I'll give you a bit of a start here. Now, having a crack in the deck isn't necessarily a huge problem, but the problem with this one is it's right how the deck gains its structural integrity, through these sort of ridges in the pressed metal. And that's where it's cracked, which causes the deck to flex like crazy. It flexes enough to have the blade actually hit on the sides. And I'll demonstrate that when I fire it up. So I'll prime it a couple of times, and we'll see if it'll one-pull start here. The only other issue with this unit that I can see is that the muffler is positioned in such a way that the exhaust is directed right at your face, which it really stinks. I don't know why Craftsman would do that. I mean, I guess to stop it from hitting the deck here, but that just seems like a really dumb idea. But I guess that's just me. So the engine will be coming off the deck, and I'll take a look at the flywheel key, which I do believe is sheared in half. That's probably why it's spluttering so much. And but this engine's clearly had a complete tune-up very recently, and despite my thoughts that the deck was actually bent, or the shaft was bent, the deck is definitely bent. The shaft is not bent. It's not wobbling at all. So it's all down to that broken blade over there, which has caused all this damage to the deck, which is otherwise, you know, in not too bad shape. I mean, it's still got most of the paint, not very much rust, but yeah. Okay, well, I've removed the engine now, and you can see just how badly the deck is cracked. Now, you can see that. Look at that. Man, that's pretty cracked. Gotta get this back in here and bend some more of it. See, man, look at that. Broken. And then here's the engine mount right there. quite hard trying to do this one hand, but you can see that's some cracked stuff. So that's what was wrong with this deck. It just vibrated to pieces. And then you got a bunch of cracks in here as well, and on the other side. But engine's pretty nice. So I took it sitting over there. That's the story of this little Eager-1 mower I found being thrown out. So until next time, everyone, thanks for watching.